Coming up on Look Today, well, we've got an update on the water shortage in South Glens Falls. I've got those details. And Morton's Steakhouse at the new Saratoga Casino Hotel celebrates its grand opening. More on that coming up. And private sector job growth in Saratoga County is on the rise. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with Bob Caithen. He's the chairman of the board of directors for the Adirondack Council, joined by John Sheehan. He's the director of communication for the council, and they're here to talk about the importance of nature conservation. And I also sit down with Jim Schreiner. He's the instructor and board member for the Adirondack Folk School. And we're joined by Scott Hayden, who's the new executive director for the school. They're here to discuss courses in arts, craft, and woodworking offered by the school. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, we've got an update on a story that we've been following. Currently, Warren, Washington, and Saratoga counties are considered to be dangerously close to pre-drought conditions. Water levels are abnormally low right now. The city of South Glens Falls recently banned outdoor water usage for all of its residents. Its springs were exhausted and the water tank was nearly empty. Well, now, recent reports show that the restrictions on water usage have helped tremendously, and water levels are rising once again. In South Glens Falls, prepared to buy water from Moreau if worse came to worse. Well, now the ban isn't completely lifted. Residents, however, are allowed to use outdoor water between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. We spoke to the South Glens Falls Mayor, Joe Orlo, about the water supply.
We're asking for community support and all of it, everybody working together to correct a situation that none of us really have any control over, other than usage of the water and cutting back on it.
Well, switching from news to weather, today's temperatures saw a high in the high 90s. It's a hot one. Well, let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, steak lovers, listen up. Morton's Steakhouse, the famous Morton's Steakhouse, at the Saratoga Casino Hotel celebrated its grand opening today. The $40 million project also includes a ballroom, indoor pool, and a 4-star, 117-room hotel. While the new transformation will elevate the overall experience of the casino, as well as increase tourism in the area. Well, we spoke to Mayor Joanne Yepsen of Saratoga Springs.
It's 117 rooms that we're adding to our tourism industry. And not only that, but you look around and you just see how well it fits in with the sort of the Victorian era of our architecture.
Now, the construction of the steakhouse, believe it or not, was completed within 4 months. And with all the new additions, Saratoga Springs has once again proven why it's a prime, pun intended, spot to vacation. We spoke to Tom Weidmeyer. He's the general manager of the Saratoga Casino Hotel.
We're here for decades to come. As far as competition, we welcome competition. We're, I think, well suited now that we have a hotel, fine dining restaurant, and as well as all the other amenities. And what I tell all the team is that we have the best service in New York. So.
In other Saratoga news, well, private sector job growth in Saratoga County has seen the biggest increase than any other county in New York State. It rose 13.3%. Reports show that jobs increased from 62 to 71,000 between 2011 and 2015. Now, there are up to 20 economic and development projects underway in the county. Up next, I sit down with Bob Caithen. He's the chairman of the board of directors for the Adirondack Council, and we're joined by John Sheehan. He's the director of communication for the council. They're here to talk about the importance of conserving the national park known as the Adirondack Park. Actually, I don't think it's a national park, but it certainly is the Adirondack Park. Plus, I also sit down with Jim Schreiner. He's the instructor and board member for the Adirondack Folk School. And we're joined by Scott Hayden. He's the new executive director for the school. And they're here to discuss the courses in arts, craft, and woodworking offered by the school. But first, if you've seen who's happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Hey, while we're on commercial break there, Andrew and Drew did a little fact check. The Adirondack Park is not a national park. It's a state park, and it has a forest preserve. All right, one other thing I want to talk to you about. I mentioned this last night. We got a tremendous response overnight on Facebook for the offer that we have to give you a pack of 4 tickets to the Saratoga County Fair. This is what you have to do. You have to go to the Look TV news page on Facebook and share the post about the Saratoga County Fair, and you can receive up to 4 free tickets on us. You pick them up in our Saratoga studio. So if last night is any indication, if you're interested in the fair, contact us and get in here and get your tickets before we run out. Tonight on Look TV, it's a Saratoga City Council meeting. It's a new one. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.